One night at his apartment, Sang-hoon, played by Lee Sung-min, hears a woman scream coming from outside his building. He looks outside through his window and sees Tae-ho, played by Kwak Seong, hitting a woman with a hammer. Then as Sang-hoon is looking down, he and Tae-ho terrifyingly make direct eye contact. Sang-hoon, being frozen with fear, does not call the police, and the next day, that same woman is found dead. Detective Jae-yob, played by Kim Sang-ho, is sent to investigate the case. Still being terrified, Sang-hoon does not tell Detective Jae-yob about what he witnessed that night. But soon, another resident who was also a witness to the same horrific murder is killed by Tae-ho. So then begins the desperate race for Sang-hoon, who tries to protect himself and his family from the murderer at all costs. The Witness is a Korean film that is both captivating and thrilling, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats from start to finish. Train to Busan is a thrilling and emotional Korean zombie apocalypse movie that keeps you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end. Directed by Yoon Sang-ho, the film follows a group of passengers on a train from Seoul to Busan as they fight to survive a sudden and violent outbreak of a virus that turns people into crazed, bloodthirsty zombies. The abrupt outbreak of the disease causes a rapid buildup of tension and suspense, and as the passengers make their way through the train, their fight for survival grows more and more desperate. One of the movie's strengths is the well-developed characters, particularly the lead, Suk-woo, played by Gong Yoo, and his young daughter, Sueun, played by Kim Sueun. The two have a strong emotional bond that gives the plot an emotional depth that is frequently lacking in zombie movies. In addition to the action and emotional drama, this film also touches on social issues such as class inequality and the importance of compassion and empathy in times of crisis. Train to Busan is an excellent movie that delivers on both the thrills and the heart. It's a must-watch for fans of the zombie genre and anyone looking for an exciting and emotionally engaging film. Parasite is a critically acclaimed Korean film directed by Bong Joon-ho that was released in 2019. The movie tells the story of two families from opposite ends of the economic spectrum, the Kims and the Parks, whose lives become intertwined through a series of unexpected events. The film explores themes of social class, wealth inequality, and the lengths people will go to improve their circumstances. The film follows a family who just wants a taste of the good life, only to have it go horribly wrong. The Kim family are rich and street smarts, but not much else. Be it chance or fate, the Park and the Kim families are brought together and the Kims sense a golden opportunity. The Kim children, masterminded by college-aged Ki-woo, swiftly set up shop as the Park's tutor and art therapist, and thanks to Ki-woo, a symbiotic relationship quickly develops between the two families. The dynamic between the Kims and the Parks is both comedic and suspenseful, as the audience watches the Kims slowly infiltrate the lives of the Parks with ulterior motives. But, because of its fragility, the Kims' newfound tranquility may soon be threatened by class discrimination and greed. The smooth genre blending in Parasite is one of its strong points. It combines dark comedy, thriller, and drama elements to produce a distinctive viewing experience. For Academy Awards, among other awards, are evidence of the movie's quality and influence on the industry. Starring Song Kang-ho stars as Ki-taek alongside Lee Sun-kyun and Cho Yeo-jong as the Parks, and Choi Woo-shik, Park So-dam and Chung Hye-jin as, respectively, Ki-taek's son, daughter and wife. Overall, Parasite is a masterful film that is both entertaining and thought-provoking, a definite must-see. Alive is a 2020 South Korean zombie film directed by Cho Il-hyun. The movie follows the story of two survivors, Jun-woo, played by Yoo Ah-eun, and Yoo-bin, played by Park Shin-hye, who are trapped in an apartment complex during a zombie outbreak. The film starts with Jun-woo, a gamer, who is initially unaware of the outbreak happening outside of his apartment. As he starts to realize the severity of the situation, he becomes increasingly isolated and paranoid, trying to survive on his own. However, he eventually meets Yoo-bin, another survivor who lives in the same complex, and they form a partnership to try and survive. One of the highlights of Alive is its excellent pacing, which keeps the audience engaged throughout the film with the tension building up gradually. Also, action scenes are well executed, with plenty of gore and suspense. Overall, Alive is a well-crafted zombie film that offers a fresh take on the genre. Its focus on character development and psychological trauma makes it stand out from other films in the same category. I love this movie and would highly recommend it to anyone looking for a thrilling and thought-provoking movie experience. Midnight follows the story of ruthless serial killer Do-sik, Wai Ha-jun, who is hunting down a deaf woman Kyung-mi, Jin Ki-ju, through the streets of South Korea after she witnesses his brutal crime. The story starts with Kyung-mi, who works at a sign language call center. After having a terrible day at work, she storms out and goes to pick up her mum. The murderer Do-sik spots Kyung-mi's mother waiting for her daughter, who went to park her car but changes his target when another girl, So-young, passes him while talking on the phone. After parking the car, she witnesses the stabbing of So-young, played by Kim Hae-yoon, which then prompts her to become the new target for the serial killer, Do-sik. It now turns into a silent chase. Other characters that are introduced are Jong-tak, Park Hoon, So-young's brother, a security guard who has to protect his sister, and Kyung-mi's mother, who is also deaf, Gil Hae-yeon, who will do anything to protect her daughter. One of the first intense scenes starts when Kyung-mi is spotted and races to get back to her mother. Though Kyung-mi successfully rings a security alarm for help, the voice speaker still prevents her and her mother from communicating they need help with the officers. And at the police station, neither recognize Do-sik, but he knows them. As the night progresses, each character's strands quickly entwine through South Korea's maze-like streets, becoming more tightly woven as the space between the killer and the eyewitness gets smaller and closer to the final meeting. This is definitely one of my favorite thriller genre films. It not only stars one of my favorite actors, Wai Ha-jun, but it also keeps you on the edge of your seat from start to end. Highly recommend.